So last video we did a short introduction for this chapter. So in this video we're going to look at what is the 8th fact about the world healthiest financial market, which is in the United States. So first of all, the general question: how the most effective financial market look like? So you can think about your daily life, and you can interview your parents if they are doing a little bit of personal financial planning, etc. Just ask them why the U.S. financial market is very efficient. Yes, the answer is following. So if we want to have a very effective financial market, we have to make sure the market is convenient and safe. Not only just convenient, but also safe. And so that's why we actually want to look at the fact related to the United States financial market, because it's considered as the most effective financial market. And we try to look at the facts, and then based on the facts, we try to find is there any economic theory or concept we can use to supporting the facts we saw in the real world. So the basic fact about the financial structure throughout the world. And so this chapter provides economic analysis of how our financial structure is designed to promote economic efficiency. So the bar chart I will show you pretty soon in the next figure show how American businesses finance their activities using external funds in the period 1970 to 2000, and compare U.S. data with those of Germany, Japan, and Canada. So you have to understand that all 4 countries are considered as a developed country. So developed country has a relatively more effective financial market. So if you want to finding the most healthiest financial market, you should looking for the developed country. So that's why here we are comparing this, looking at 4 different countries. The goal here is try to find the similarities, because that might be the reason we have a effective and healthy financial market. So let's look at this diagram. So the yellow bar indicating the US, and the pink bar indicated Germany, and the blue bar indicated Japan, and the green bar indicated Canada. And so there is 4 categories. We look at 4 categories: bank loans, non-bank loans, bonds, and the stocks. So obviously the first thing you notice will be the stock, and the bond and the stock, and the bank loan and a non-bank loan. So first of all, you notice that it's really, when we talk about the financial market, we said everybody get involved in buying the stocks. Yes, we had a lot of people participating in trading the stock. However, if you look at it for the business, the majority of funds they receive is not coming from the stock market. So both U.S., Germany, Japan, and Canada, you notice that the majority of fund is not coming from stock. And U.S. had the relatively largest portion, 11%, but look at Japan, only 5%, and Germany is 8%, and Canada will a little bit much higher, a little bit higher than the U.S. It's 12%. But compared with the bank loan, it's relatively smaller. And the bond we mentioned in the second chapter, that is the large, established business. They can issue their bond, and they went to the investment bank. They can sell the bond to the agent, and so they don't have to go through the commercial banks. So they directly sell their bond to raise the funds. So that's the bond. So you can see, compared to the 4 countries, U.S. have the relatively largest portion, 32%, and the Germany only have 7%. Canada have relatively higher, 15%. And so the bond and the stock market, stocks, both of them consider as the fundraising not using the financial intermediary. And the majority of the bond, the corporation raise, went through the financial intermediary, like commercial banks, insurance company, and the mutual fund, the mutual funds. And so if you look at the bank loan, so U.S. consider a relatively smaller portion, 18%, but non-bank loan had the 38%. So both bank loan and a non-bank loan will go through the financial intermediaries. And so besides U.S., Germany, Japan, and Canada, so they're all using the bank loan. Majority of the time, the company raising the funds through the financial intermediaries. So that's why you can see the Germany 76%, and Japan 78%, and Canada 56%. So while we are analyzing this diagram, as I mentioned, and we try to look at so for the world most healthiest bank of financial market, can we find the similarity? So the answer is yes. As we just discussed, so you notice that the most effective financial market rely on the financial intermediaries. So right, financial intermediaries, because like I said, bank loan and non-bank loan are the loan received through the financial intermediaries, and so they seldom rely on the bonds and the stocks. So why is that? Why the business prefer to get loan from the bank or get a loan through the financial intermediary instead of issuing the bond directly by themselves or selling the stocks? And so we actually have a reason to support it. So besides that, let's look at the eighth fact we're going to discuss through the rest of the chapter. So first, we notice that stocks are not the most important source of external financing for businesses. No matter regarding which country we are looking at, if they're a developed country, stocks are not the major source. Second, issuing marketable debt and equity security is not the primary way in which business finance their operations. So that's why we notice that the bond, the third category bond, has relatively shorter bar as well. And third, indirect finance is many times more important than the direct finance. So the first two category, the loan from the bank and the non-bank loan, so both of them considered as indirect finance because they, when the business acquiring funds through those channels, they have to go through the financial intermediary like the commercial banks. Or the insurance company, etc. So they were all considered as indirect finance. And also financial intermediaries, particular banks, are the most important source of internal funds used to finance business. And the fifth fact, so the financial system is among the most heavily regulated sector of the economy. So far, you won't be able to see that in that diagram, but later as we discuss in the first four facts, and we will explain why the financial market has to be heavily regulated. And sixth fact, you can notice that only large, well-established corporations have easy access to security market to finance their activity. So that's why for the bond, the percentage of the business raised fund through bond is very, very small. It's because only well-established corporation can do it. And we're going to explain the reason why we see that. And the seventh fact, so collateral is a prevalent feature of the debt contract for both household and businesses. You won't be able to see this fact from the diagram, but this is one of the solutions from what we're going to discuss later related to the information cost. So lastly, the debt contract are extremely complicated legal document that place substantial restrictive covenant on borrowers. And so those are the 8 facts. And so hopefully after watching this video, you kind of understand we have 8 facts related to a healthy financial structure. So in our next video, what we're going to look at is, can we use any economic theory and the concept to explain why we see these 8 facts related to the effective financial structure?